I thought it might be interesting to take a look at a project that's currently in active development, probably about 75% of the way through, realistically. The project is called That Movie App. The idea is an opinionated movie recommendation service. The problem is that a lot of sites that are going to tell you about the movies that are out and playing, they inundate you with way too much information about movies that may or may not be playing in your area, when what you really want to know is, well, what movie should I go and see? The solution is then That Movie App, which presents you with the one film that you should see this weekend in an extremely simple and minimal fashion. It's opinionated in that it's, in theory, the film that I would suggest you go see this weekend, and in theory, I have some idea about what is a good film to go see this weekend. In reality, it's all done algorithmically. I have, there is a manual override, but I have very little influence day to day on what film it is suggesting. This is a view of some of the data that it collects about the films. It uses several different data sources it goes out and scrapes and then parses and brings back in. This is ever expanding, and this particular view is just meant to basically allow me to go in and see what the information is and how it relates to its current score, so I can see the deficiencies. I said the manual override. This is the example here. So let's say Moonrise Kingdom, I wanted to bump by 20%. I could bump it, and now it's updated into the database. All the source is available, so you can go take a look at it. If you want to figure out how something is working, feel free. A few more features. So we can click on the title and get the trailer. It'll load in, autoplay, auto buffer, and auto switch to HD when it's available. The little eye box up here gives us some basic information about the film, rating, runtime, and how we've scored it a 104 in this instance. The critics' consensus provides us a high-level overview of what the critics are saying about the film. You can, if you don't want to see that film, get the next selection. So we're getting the Moonrise Kingdom, the one we just bumped up by 20%. Similarly, you click the eye, get the information, watch the trailer. Say, yes, I'd like to go see this film. Click on Showtime, enter a zip code, and we will get real-time Showtime information. We can click on it and buy a ticket. So the 3 p.m. at the AMC Lowe's, and we're all ready to get a ticket. It also works and is even sort of designed to work. The primary design is meant around mobile. So it works really nicely on the iPhone. It's a little bit too slow, if you ask me at this point, so it's definitely something that needs to be addressed. And I think it needs to turn into something that's much more sort of Ajax-y and fluid. So perhaps like the whole sort of front-end interface is just one sort of nice JavaScript application. That's probably where I'm going to look at next, the next area. But again, you're like here, you were watching trailers on the iPhone. It works really nicely because it's just YouTube. You can get your showtimes. Entering in the zip code. I found that using a JavaScript alert box felt a lot more like a native application rather than using a form element. So when it gets down to that let's go back over to the main app here. So we're just using media queries to switch designs here. So when we get down into this mobile interface, that Showtimes button switches to this JavaScript alert to get your zip code, whereas here it's a form that we enter in. So that's kind of neat. So right now we're on Heroku, hosting-wise. Heroku's nice. It's free. I want to switch to a Linode instance because it's more powerful. And once we get out of that free tier, it is definitely more cost-effective. And I also want to learn a little bit more about hosting Rails app on my servers. The only add-on that we're running right now on Heroku is the Heroku Scheduler, which runs a RakeDB update. That's a rake task that goes out and updates the information, gets more information about new movies. So that runs daily. Let's see, I think I have it up here. It's on the right. So this is just, it's my rake task that goes out and scrapes everything. So let's see. So right here, we're counting how many stars Roger Ebert gave a particular film. And that's about it for a high-level overview. So check it out. It's at thatmovieapp.com. Major bugs right now. It's not working well on tablet devices. The trailers specifically are being troublesome. I hope to get in there and fix that when I have time next. And it'll probably be a little bit of time before I get in here and get a good update to this. But it will continue being updated and ultimately end up as an app that you can purchase on the App Store or in the Android Marketplace. And I intend to keep the source freely available for others to peruse, as well as the design concepts, should you wish to incorporate similar things. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on there. For example, how we're sort of dynamically resizing these titles based on the length of the title. It's kind of neat. It's all it's all Rails, Ruby on Rails, and then lots of JavaScript and jQuery on top of that. All right, hope you found it slightly interesting. I hope to do more of these sort of kind of large overviews of sort of the development process, and we'll play with how much detail to include. All right, talk to you later.